So some friends of ours the other night came over and they were telling us that they're leaving for Italy the next day. I was like, what? Going to Italy? Yeah, they were heading on like a cruise, like a 10-day cruise. They'd be going into Rome, and then they hop on a ship, and then they go throughout several places, Italy, Greeks, that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty sure that was the same cruise that my brother and his wife did a year ago with some friends. And so, man, it got me thinking about my travel. I've been so focused on health lately that, I forgot to talk about travel. And for those of you who've been following my channel, I do talk about that topic, as my wife and I have been interested in living somewhere overseas. So I posed a question on my posts, my community posts. If you guys check out my community posts, I said, if money was no object, where would you live in the world? Or would you just stay put? And so today I want to pose that question, where would you go? And give you some thoughts about where my wife and I have been looking, and then also why, why, Brian? Why would you want to leave here? I don't know. It is a good question, and why am I thinking that? So, stick around for that as well. So welcome to the Over 60 Guy. I'm Bryant, your host. I'm the Over 60 Guy. I'm 61 actually. And I'm on my morning walk. How about you? Are you on your morning walk? Are you out getting fit? That's the point. As we approach 60, we get this little do-over where we can really focus on our health, get ready for our 80s and 90s. We can dream a little bit. We can go, maybe we're close to retirement. Do we want to stick put? Do we want to go? How about sound money? Have we been diversifying, getting some of our money out of the dollar and into things like Bitcoin? Are we, messing around? Are we learning AI? Are we just running from it? And then also I talk about faith. When you're on your walk, that's a good time to be doing your prayer, your meditation, that kind of thing. Help reduce stress. So for all of my 30-day challenge people, welcome to the walk. So let's get into this travel thing. So if money were really no object, meaning you had some retirement, you had some income that you could, use monthly, and you weren't necessarily, stuck where you are, or maybe you like where you are. So would you stay put? Would you stay put? Or would you go to some other place? Would you go to some other place around the world and maybe live? Would you go to France? Would you go to England? Would you go to Australia? What you're thinking. So, and then why? Why would you do it? And for me and my wife, we've been looking at a couple areas. Last year we went to Turkey, and then we did the Balkans. So we checked out Albania, Montenegro, and Croatia. Beautiful part of the world. Fantastic. Really loved Turkey. Really loved Montenegro, especially the city of Couture. Absolutely beautiful. And could see ourselves in both of those. We also have been thinking maybe parts of former Yugoslavia, Serbia, maybe into even Bulgaria, Romania as well. So reasons for those are, affordability and close proximity to Europe. When you get older, you'd like to travel, and so it'd be more flexible. You could get, on a Eurail and take off. So that's one area of the country that we thought about. We're still considering maybe even parts of Turkey, if not Istanbul, but down on the Mediterranean, the Turkish Riviera, they call it. So that's a very area that we have been considering. The other thing is, the other area we consider is like down in Latin America. I mean, who does not love Latin America? The people are great. The countries are beautiful. It's very affordable. So one of the areas we're considering is like Colombia. Even the word Colombia sounds great, doesn't it? I mean, Spanish speaking is beautiful. It's like a beautiful romantic language, right? Man, I'd love to learn Spanish. My wife laughs at me when I try my Spanish. Not in a mocking way, but in like a fun way. So, but yeah, Latin America. So even like Ecuador or Chile. We had some friends go down. Our friend go down to Chile recently. Loved it. Had a colleague that I worked with years ago in Los Angeles. She was from Chile, I believe, or maybe Peru. One of the two. Peru, I think. That's it. Peru. Lima. So anyway, like the South America is another area, and then the other area we're looking at, again, affordability. Healthcare is super important. We have to have access to good healthcare. So wherever we decide, we have to have access to healthcare. But the other would be Southeast Asia. So like Vietnam, Da Nang is an amazing city. Check it out. You should check out, for those of you who served in Vietnam, check it out. Check out what's happening in Da Nang and some of those areas. But so we thought about that, and also Thailand. Philippines is too a little. Although they speak great English in the Philippines, it's the infrastructure is not there, you know. So the best medical that we're finding is in Thailand. So Thailand would be probably top on our list. Maybe not Bangkok, you know, but maybe up in the mountains more. Up in the mountains maybe. So why, I mean, Bryant, why would you even consider going? And then I have to think to myself, guys, have you not noticed how little our dollar does these days? I mean, it's getting so ridiculously expensive. I had the privilege of taking my son to India. I've been several times. I love India. Couldn't live in India, but I love the people of India. In fact, we just had some great Indian food. If you happen to come, if you happen to go out and eat some different food, you should eat some Indian food. I like it spicy. It's the spiciest in the south of India. So, but yeah. But when we were in India, we were at the train station in Varanasi, and we were heading to Agra, and that's where the Taj Mahal is. And I grabbed 3 items. My son wanted a snack, so I grabbed a Sprite, like a full Sprite. I grabbed a bag of chips, like a full bag of chips, and some cookies, like the Oreo type cookies, not Oreo, but like the chocolate chip cookies. And in my store here, like at the store, the fast food store, the gas station, that would have been like $10, easy, right? I mean, you're talking of Lay's potato chips, you're talking full big Sprite, and then you're talking chips, cookies, like a roll of cookies, right? Easy $10 here. There, it was $1.40, $1.40. I'm thinking to myself, man, my dollar goes so far in India, right? And it would in Southeast Asia. In fact, in Da Nang, it's a third of the price. So you have $100, you're gonna go 3 times as far as you are here. So why would I leave? It's obvious. I mean, they keep printing money every year, and now they're gonna print even more. So the cost of living's going up. That's the other reason I talk about Bitcoin, guys. I talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a great store of value. I mean, it's the best. I mean, the last 15 years, it's outperformed everything, just kicked everything's butt. And so, diversifying some of your money into Bitcoin is smart. this is the altcoin season. It's going crazy. So I don't want to get off on my topic, but you know, the reason I talk about that is because, you know, it's getting expensive, and that's why, you know, we're considering leaving, is affordability. But obviously we have to go somewhere where the infrastructure is decent, you know, the hospitals, primarily healthcare, roads. And then the benefit of like going to Latin America is we are closer to America. So, you know, if we needed to come here, it'd be quicker. When you're in Southeast Asia, that's a long flight. You're talking 20-something hour journey back. So that is a downside. In Europe, like Turkey, out of Istanbul or something, you know, you're looking at about a 10 to 12 hour journey. So Latin America would be very quick, in maybe 5 hours, right? So that is all that has to be a consideration. But you know, the cost of living, the food. You know, the food in a lot of these places in the world are not processed. They don't have all the additives. I mean, it's more fresh, it's fresher, and it's better and healthier for our body. And let's face it, you know, we're trying to get healthy, we're trying to stay fit, and the food is going against us. I mean, the meat, the package, it's all shot with, you know, all this stuff, and it's killing our bodies. I mean, the American diet over the last, since 1960s, has been getting worse and worse and worse. And so just the food is better overseas. You know, less driving. You know, you can get into places like, if you live in Cartagena, I mean, you don't need a car. You can get Uber or you can walk. I mean, everything's there. I mean, you get one of those buildings overlooking the ocean with a patio, and man, everything is at the bottom of your street within walking distance. So, you know, and if you want to go somewhere, you just take a quick flight, you know, go up to Panama or down to Brazil, or, you know, into Ecuador or whatever. So even to Aruba, you can go to the islands from there, close. So or if you're in Medellin, or if you're in Cali, or if you're in Bogota, I mean, the weather there is so good, right? It's very good. So that's that's probably the reason. And also closer to new experiences, you know, closer to new experiences. So those are some of the places we consider. But those are just our thoughts. What about your thoughts? Have you even thought about this? I've had several people answer the survey, say they're not leaving America, and that's fantastic. And in the end, maybe I won't leave America. I don't know. This is just research. You know, it's research right now. It's kind of fun though. But I think part of when we age, we have a lot of life experiences behind us, and you know, we tend to think that the glass is half empty, but I'm trying to think and trying to get all across to everybody here is that the glass is half full. It's only half full. So we have a lot of life left, and so part of that could be dreaming and going to another place of the world, you know, thinking about going somewhere else. So that gets you optimistic, right? It gets you looking forward to something, and that's fun in life, you know, not to be stuck in the mud, you know. Oof, woe is me. So don't want that. So where would you go, and what would your reasonings be? I'd love for you to drop some comments. This audience is not shy to drop comments. I love it. You are talking to me all the time, and it's fantastic. I mean, I'm meeting so many fantastic, wonderful, great people, and thank you for supporting the channel. So yeah, but meanwhile, let's get back on our walk. So get out, get walking, get living, get motivated. Think about it. If you could just spend your retirement and you had the opportunity to go somewhere and just start over, where would it be? Drop a comment. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace. And until tomorrow, I'm over 60 guy Bryant. Take care.